It is Crystal with Pineapple Papers, and I have a design team project for Color Rush Studios using the August kits. Aren't they stunning? It's just like the funnest kit ever, right? Like all the simple stories, and then all of the frazzles, and all of the wood veneer and cork and like just so many fun things. So I am going to start and try and get quite a few fun things on here, as I am going to document 2 photos of, I think this is the Santa Monica Pier. And this is, we had gone for spring break. And we didn't ride all the rides or anything, but I did take a picture of the pier, and it has the huge Ferris wheel on it. And I knew there were some Ferris wheels in this collection that I definitely had to have. So I'm going to start with this paper, this super fun multicolor paper, and I'm going to use it as a mat. And so, of course, I'm gutting it because not only do I maybe want to use this side, but I may want to use the other side, which is a cut apart. And at least the 2 center pieces of the cut apart I can use. And I think there were some tickets as well, so I could probably use those. So I wasn't quite sure, but I knew that potentially I wanted to use something. So I trimmed down my white cardstock. This is just cheapy white cardstock from my stash, and adhered that on. And now I'm going to make a shelf. So I grabbed this fun arrow paper, and then on the back of it was the orange and white polka dot. So I'm going to put those 2 together, and those are going to be my center shelf. So I don't want it to go all the way across, so I do have to trim it a little bit. So there is my center. So you can see kind of what I have left for this. And I immediately go to this piece that says day. So I am going to fussy cut that out. And then I have a ticket and a half, I guess you could say. And I feel like I can totally use those. So I am going to start with those, and I am going to go ahead and fussy cut this day out. I don't know what the other word would have been, but I feel like you can definitely use day. So I'm not quite sure at this point if that is something that I am going to use, because I really like this acrylic woohoo. But then I was like, woohoo day, that totally works. I'm going to go with that. So I'm going to stick that down at the bottom, and that is going to be my title. And then I am bringing in the wood veneer pieces. I've got a ticket down there by the title, and then I have the Ferris wheel as well. So I know I want my photos to sit on the little ledge that I've created, and I definitely want that wood veneer Ferris wheel on. So I decided to look at the frazzles next, and I decided I needed this pom-pom trim in my life. And so I'm going to put that at the top. So I just kind of lackadaisically laid it up there at the top to kind of tell me that's what I want to do. Ooh, sorry. I did have my tea this afternoon. I shouldn't be yawning. And so then I decided to pull in a few of the ephemera bits from the main kit, and I end up switching out that wood veneer ticket. And right now I have like a little cotton candy stand, but I'm not going to do that either. So I am trying to decide what I want to back my photos in. I was thinking if I could maybe back it in the paper that was in the back, but I didn't have enough. And I wasn't sure I wanted to bring another pattern in. So I went looking for the tissue paper for the kit, And I keep all the tissue papers that I get for the kits. And this one is a black stars on a white background. So I'm going to go ahead and matte my photos in those just to give them a little bit of a matte. I would say the majority of the time I tend to matte my photos, but I mean, not always. Can't ever say always, because inevitably you say always and then the next layout you're like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna do that. So it's totally fine. So I have decided that I also need a layer of frazzle down underneath my photos. So I'm gonna go with this black and white polka dot. So you can see, again, I just have my frazzle up there and I just have it kind of hanging out down to kind of remind me that I do want to put it there. I am going to cut apart these tickets, since I had originally wanted the wood grain ticket, and so now I've changed my mind and I found the other Ferris wheel, and our fair actually isn't until September, so I decided I was going to use both of them on this one. And then there's these cute pom-poms that we got, and I'm going to go ahead and put that in the center of that die cut. I'm going to add kind of these like sprawling stars, maybe shooting stars is good down there at the bottom. And I am just trying to create basically the two clusters. Now, I did go off screen and finally glue everything down because I was like, it's just a hot mess. Like, everything's just piled on top of each other. I need to commit. So everything is glued down. I'm going to add this little balloon animal. I've added a phrase that says fun. And then I also added a balloon, but I'm thinking I want something in the top right hand corner of my photo. And so I like this bullseye, but I don't remember what it said, the best. And I was like, oh, I don't know if I like that. This one says just here for the food. The only thing we had on the pier was ice cream, so I figured that wasn't completely appropriate. And so I decided to go ahead and use a couple of these tickets, and then I'm going to find a little round dot, kind of like the one that I put in the center of the wood veneer Ferris wheel. I'm going to find another one, so I'm going to put that up there in the corner as well. And that is going to do it for this layout. So I hope you enjoyed this. I will have links to the shop down below so you can get your hands on this amazing kit. Also, you can use my code 10crystal to save 10% in the shop. And then I would highly recommend that you sign up for the kit club so that you get it cheaper and you will always get one. So remember to wear your pants.